everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I'm doing maybe just a half hour of a Q&A. So you can ask me anything. I'm gonna let you guys start coming on. Hello, hello, hi. Hello, okay. Today is just a Q&A, you guys. I have like I said, I've got a hair restoration doctor that's gonna be coming on, I think next week. I have Dr. Barbara Taylor that's going to be coming on for hormone replacement therapy and menopause in a couple of weeks. But today, because I'm traveling, look, I'm in this very professional desk right now. This is my stepmother's office. I'm in Atwater, California. It's my dad's 80th birthday. So I'm just going to do a little bit of Q&A. So I'm going to be right up in the screen. You guys can ask me anything. Hi Glow Up Community UK. Hello, hello, hi everybody. Okay, so on days like this where I'm traveling and I've got family obligations, it's gonna be like a Q&A. But also, okay, how old are you? I'm 55, and I'm loving it. I am loving 55. So I've had a lot of criticism of people on social media, usually younger people, saying, just grow old gracefully and what's wrong with just letting nature take its course. And that's all fine if that's for you, but this is the wrong channel for you. Because this is a healthy aging channel, but I look at aging not only from the outside, but from the inside. I am a gerontologist, which is somebody that studies the aging process. So the psychological, physical, and social study of aging across the lifespan with an aim towards expanding that health span. So that's the number of really healthy years that we have on the planet. I think what we've been doing lately with our whole healthcare system, somebody just said, what makes you so beautiful? It starts with what you eat. It really starts with what you eat. So I've been doing this kind of self-care for a long time. It's not hours and hours a day, but it starts with those healthy lifestyle habits. So it starts with, how are you sleeping? It starts with, what are you putting in your body? I predominantly eat plants, but I'm not vegan. I do microdose my meat. My dad on his 80th birthday is ordering pizza. I will have pizza at Thanksgiving and all that. You guys have seen me eat cheesecake. Like, I will eat anything occasionally. And I think that is the key. It's what you're doing occasionally, but on a daily basis, my diet is like really spot on. Okay, hold on. What does your eating routine include? That's a good question. So I've been intermittent fasting for about 30 years now. I was probably in my mid-20s when I started. And what that consists of for me is a 16-hour fast every day. So when I stop eating dinner at night, I will go 16 hours of no food and no real caloric intake until after I've worked out, because I work out on an empty stomach. And the reason why I work out on an empty stomach is because you want your body to reach into its own fat cells for energy. You don't need to eat before you work out unless you're on medications or you're, hypoglycemic or things like that. You've got medical conditions that make it to where you need to eat first thing in the morning. Our bodies are meant to go long periods of time without food. So I don't do these kind of crazy, juice cleanses or anything like that. I don't believe in juice cleanses. I really don't even drink juice because it's way too many calories at one time, overrides the whole system. It ends up getting stored as fat. So my daily stuff of what I do to eat is I have a 16-hour fast. I drink green tea, a whole thermos of green tea from the beginning, from when I wake up until probably 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, sorry. I break my fast with a mushroom coffee because I've just created all of that autophagy, right? So my body has cleaned out all of that cellular debris and repurposed all of those damaged proteins as usable energy. And the only way to do that is when you deprive yourself of caloric intake. So I believe that, and the science backs it. So this is something, you guys, that you'll get from me here. You're gonna get the honest truth. Can you take a supplement in the morning? You can, but supplements are usually best with food. So I take my handful of supplements with my lunch. That's my biggest meal, is my lunch. Lunch consists of predominantly plants, either like a lentil soup with like 6 or 7 types of vegetables in there and an organic vegetable broth. So a very hearty lunch, or salads with like maybe a little scoop of tuna, but predominantly stir fry with tofu and black rice. This is my lunch. So this is predominantly plant-based. I'm 55 years old. Somebody just asked that. So that's a big lunch for me. And then I will take my handful of supplements, which a lot of you guys don't know this, but I do have my own supplement line. I'm revamping them right now, and I'll have those out probably in about a week. What about pre-workout, before workout? If that consists of a powder that you are putting into a liquid to try to give you more energy, my thought is you're not reaching into the fat cells. And so I really do like, thanks for somebody who said you really look young. Here's the thing, and I'm going to get back to the pre-workout. If you are in optimal health, if you are taking care of your insides with sleep and with meditation and with exercise and with organic foods, and you're taking care of yourself in that way. I don't drink alcohol, so all of that makes your skin shine from within, and then I do all of the outside stuff as well. Getting back to the pre-workout, my thought is, and this is what the science says as well. So you're gonna get what the latest science is from me, and if that changes, because it is a moving target, you guys, it's a moving target. So you want to make sure that you're always, as a health coach, my job is to be on the forefront of that and kind of take the science that's out there with all the scientific experiments and take you as the consumer and make that to where you guys can understand. Oh my God, my boobs. I know, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was going to be in this low cut of a shirt, so I apologize for that. Let's see. Do you never drink alcohol or never occasionally? I tried for a long time to drink alcohol and control that. And what I found as a healthy aging coach and a gerontologist is that I was being hypocritical, because alcohol is poison. And yeah, it's fun and it's a great time. And listen, I love my cocktails and I love my red wine, but it wasn't serving me in terms of my health and longevity. Hey, Jean, it wasn't serving me. And so I decided, I did since October I would only order one cocktail, and then I would do mocktails after that. So I started that in October, and then January came around, and I just thought, why am I even doing that? So it was an easy switch for me to say, I'm going to take a year off. And now that I've taken 6 months off, I don't see myself going back. My daughter's going to get married in about 5 weeks. And so I might have a glass of champagne then, and that would be the first that I would have had by 8 months. I don't know if I even want to do that, because I know myself, there's a lot of, alcohol is such it's a touchy subject, because people love their cocktails and I love my cocktails too. But in terms of being a health coach, it's poison that we have socialized and made acceptable. And once you learn the science behind that, it's an easy switch if you want to look and feel your best. And I can tell you this right now, if you think that what you consume in your body does not affect your skin, give up alcohol for 3 months. You'll see what I mean. Your skin changes. Somebody said, congrats, you might look like her sister. My kids are half Chinese. So my first husband was Chinese. My kids are half Chinese. I don't look like any of my children really, because they're right in between us. They're a little bit more olive skin and dark hair. But thank you for that. Okay, so I don't have a giveaway. Thanks, Gina, for having Marcy D Jewelry to come on. You guys can request people to come on. I love that. I don't have a giveaway today because I am traveling. This is not my normal, backdrop. I'm in my stepmother's office here. So, okay, any other questions, you guys? I think I did the pre-workout. I love you too, Jean. I think I did the pre-workout thing. I used to do a pre-workout. I also used to eat protein right afterwards. after I got my degree in gerontology, it's just really not what the science is saying. Somebody just asked, how much total protein do you eat per day? I eat between 30 and 40 grams of protein a day. Somebody says, and I'm 32 and I feel falling in my face. What can I do? So if you're feeling, oh my gosh, I need a tissue. Sorry. If you're feeling that you're getting this kind of jowly situation, let me see if I can do this on a piece of paper. Okay, so when we were younger, it's going to be on a global coffee break, little post-it. When we were younger, our face shape is like this, right? It's like an upside down egg. Excuse my artistic abilities here. It's like an upside down egg. When we get older, our face goes like this. And the reason why this happens is our muscles in our face will drop and we lose fat in our fat pads and in our temple area. So when we're younger, this is filled out with fat. Our muscles are up here. So this is filled up with fat and our muscles are up here, right? When we are older, when we stop producing that collagen, which at the age of 25, it starts decreasing 1 to 3% per year, then you hit menopause and it really drops off. What happens is we lose the fat. We lose the fat in our temples. We lose the fat in our cheeks and our muscles sag down. So we'll get very bottom heavy. So if you're 32 and your face, you feel like you're falling, there's a couple different things that you can do when you're doing at-home treatments. Radio frequency would be what I consider to be the number one for lifting and for the jowl. So you'll see on my protocol, if you guys haven't got this protocol that shows you how to incorporate all the at-home gadgets, the modalities that I use at home are radio frequency, microcurrent, red light therapy, and microneedling. So those 4 modes of treatment is what I use on my skin, and this is what tells you how to do this in 30 minutes a day. Literally, if you can spend 30 minutes a day working out, you can spend 30 minutes a day on your skin. Because if you're working out, what are you helping? You're helping your muscles, you're helping your bone density, you're helping your heart. Your skin is your largest organ. Give it some attention because it's our only outward facing organ. It's the organ that is associated with our self-esteem, and it's the organ that shows our inner health as well. So give it some love on the outside, and that's what I do 30 minutes a day. So skincare plus these gadgets, but if you're 32 and you feel like your face is falling, that's why. You're losing fat in the temple, you're losing fat in the cheek, and you're accumulating the jowly area down here. Radio frequency, I feel, is the best thing to lift this area. So I do, I didn't bring my gadget with me, but I do I use the Lumo by Even Skin. If you're interested in that radio frequency device, DM me radio frequency, I'll send you the link. But it helps to dysregulate the collagen. So it passes by the epidermis, which is the outer layer of the skin. It hits the dermis, it restructures, like kind of tickles that collagen to restructure. So that's something that I do at the age of 55 twice a week at home. So in terms of like the other modalities, microcurrent, microneedling, red light therapy, those won't give you the lift. It's the radio frequency that will give you the lift. I hope that answered the question. Okay, 100% accurate. I work with the brain doing neurofeedback and proof shows up in the brain. Yes, I love that. By the way, I'm working right now with a couple different companies to come up with the wearable devices. So this is the Aura Ring. It helps me know how I'm sleeping and my heart rate variability and all that kind of stuff. But I'm also researching the glucose monitors and different things like that. So let's see. Hello from Alabama. I bought the Dr. Pen, but still keep a couple of whiteheads. Won't microneedling spread infection over my face? No, if you've got whiteheads in your pores, well, first of all, watch that live that I did on the right chemical peel for you. I would also suggest doing like a Paula's Choice 2% BHA, which is a salicylic acid. All BHAs are salicylic acid, and that will help with the whiteheads. In addition, the Dr. Pen, because you're creating those microtraumas and it's slightly exfoliating your face, you're going to decrease the whiteheads. It's not going to spread the whitehead infection throughout your face. So you want to make sure You have my microneedling protocol. So if you don't have this, make sure that you DM me microneedling protocol. So this is the skincare gadget protocol. This is the microneedling protocol, and it gives you step by step. So you have safety first. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about spreading infection. Safety first, and not only that, it gives you the needle lengths and the speed and the depth of every single body part. So that's free, by the way. I give a lot of stuff away for free. I don't know why. I love it. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. Hi, everybody who joins. Thank you so much. If you are learning anything from this, please invite your people. Let's see if there's anything else. Gravity, yes. Gravity is not our friend, people. I mean, it keeps us on the earth, but it's not our friend. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, at 32, I feel like I already did that one. I feel like I'm falling in my cheeks and nasal labial fold. Yeah, that's that whole loss of fat here. You lose the fat that supports it. That's why people are putting filler in their cheeks. I actually do fat transfer in my cheeks. It's been a long time, so I don't have filler in my cheeks, but that's why. So you feel like your face is falling because we'll lose the fat in our temple. So if you are somebody that goes and you like the look of filler, which I don't mind the look of filler, it's just when it's overdone. But if you want to make little tweaks and you feel like your face is falling, you can radio frequency the bottom half of your face, or you can put a little bit of filler in your temple and a little bit of filler in your cheeks. Just don't go nuts. I think what happens a lot of times with these dermatologists and with these plastic surgeons is they have a cupboard full of hammers. Just give you an analogy. A cupboard full of hammers. And so everything on somebody's face looks like a nail, right? Looks like, oh, let me just put some filler here. Let me just put some filler here. Let me just put some filler here. And then you got people looking weird and not like their normal selves. So I do believe in filler if we're looking at little teeny tiny things, but not as an overall, let's look 5 years younger. I think it ages people. That's just my personal preference. The good thing about filler though, hit the wrong button. The good thing about filler though is that it can be dissolved. So if you make a mistake with filler and you're like, I don't like how that looks, you go in, you get hyaluronidase injected in. It's painful, but it dissolves all of that filler. So filler is not permanent. What are you meant to start doing at the age of 22? What do you recommend to start doing at the age of 22? You are in the right place, because that's about, well, I think I bought my first skincare product with my own money because I've worked my whole life at the age of 15. But I was already, at that time, we used to lay out in the sun and bake ourselves with baby oil and all of that, but I always covered my face and my neck. And so people that went to high school with me, I was like 5 shades different here than I was on my body. And since then, I've been trying to deal with all of the sun damage that I did to my body, but luckily I saved my face. So at 22, get your ass out of the sun. That's the number one thing. Get your ass out of the sun. Use physical blocks, right? So not just sunscreen, but hats, driving gloves. I left it in the car, but I'll take a picture of myself on the way home. I'm in a driving glove up to here that's an SPF because your hands are on the steering wheel. I have a factor 30 plus, and I've got a wrap, and sometimes I'll use the whole solar, like a SPF, not SPF, but UVP protection kind of shirt, and then I'll wrap my arms up. So physical protection instead of just always putting chemicals on your body, that's to me the number one protection against the sun. So that's what you can start doing now at the age of 22. At the age of 22, you can also start with a vitamin C in the morning and a retinoid at night. I would just do over the counter at that age. So The Ordinary makes a great 1% in squalane, 1% retinol in squalane. Paula's Choice makes a great 1%, very affordable prices here. You can even do drugstore like ROC, ROC, retinol, pro retinol. Use those kind of things on your face, neck, and your body. Everywhere. You make little dots, right? Or you can take a prescription strength retinoid, put it in your normal cream, and use that on your body. So a C in the morning, 22-year-old, and a C in the morning followed by a sunscreen every day, whether you're leaving the house or not, and a retinoid at night, and get your ass out of the sun. Okay. What do you think about EMS for the body? I love it. I love EMS for the body. So the radio frequency device I have, I wish I had it with me. It has EMS on that, as well as Medicube makes a great microcurrent device that also has EMS. That's the one I did the other day where like your whole face is kind of moving. Those are great for your body as well. You just need to make sure you have a conductive gel. Okay, so EMS, as well as radio frequency, as well as microcurrent, you need a conductive gel. So if you're using it and you're not feeling the much muscle twitch and you're not feeling any tingling, you don't have enough conductive gel on. You do not have to buy the conductive gel from the actual manufacturer. You can go on Amazon. Oh my God, I couldn't even think of the word Amazon. You can go on Amazon and get like an ultrasound gel. That's the cheapest way to do that. And I do have some on my Amazon storefront, which is in my linked tree. You'll click the link tree in my bio. You'll see the little Amazon thing. Click on skincare, and almost everything I talk about is in my Amazon store. I've never gotten a check from Amazon, but the reason why I do that is so it's easier for you guys to find. And I'm so sick of dealing with affiliate marketing and buy this and get a percentage. If I can save you guys a little bit of money, I will, but it's really it's a lot. Somebody just asked, at what age should you start radio frequency? You can start in your mid-20s, and you can start on, if you're somebody that like you've lost weight. Let's say you've lost weight rapidly, which I never recommend, you guys. Don't try to lose weight rapidly. This should be a lifestyle. If you really want to lose weight, it should come off gradually. I mean, like 1 or 2 pounds a month. That's how you know you're doing it right, and that's how it's going to stay off. But radio frequency can be used on the back of the arms, the abdomen, the thighs, the knees, all of that stuff. I just wouldn't go too hard in your 20s on radio frequency, because remember, you're tickling that collagen, you're dysregulating a little bit, and you need to have time to build that up. Well, if you're in your 20s, you're still producing enough collagen. So you can hit it lightly, once every couple weeks, but I wouldn't do more than that at the age of 20. Okay, let's see what else. Have you heard of Morpheus 8? I did a whole YouTube video on Morpheus 8. Did it on my face, neck, chest, did it on my abdomen. I think I even did it on my knees. A lot of these in-office treatments. Morpheus 8 is like microneedling mixed with radio frequency. So the needles go down to a certain depth, usually about 3 millimeters, sometimes 4, and then it shoots off radio frequency down into the dermis. It's really, really an amazing treatment. It's freaking expensive, and it's going to take multiple treatments, which is why I like to use the stuff at home. Every once in a while, I'll go into the office to film stuff, to show you guys what's out there. I rarely do multiple treatments. I usually just do one treatment. They usually recommend 3 or 4, but I do one so I can show you guys, and then I follow up with all the stuff at home. Okay, let me see. Okay, hold on. Did I miss anything? Do you know Glucose Goddess? The glucose monitor is amazing. No, I'm looking into Levels, and then I don't remember the other one offhand, but that is a live that's coming up. I'm trying to get somebody from the company to come in and talk about taking your health into your own hands, because our current system waits for you to get sick and then throws medication at you. Why don't we have control of our own lab work? We can say like, hey, listen, I'm worried about bone density. I don't care if I'm, a candidate or not. I'm worried about it. I'm 55. I want a bone density test. I just did that. To my doctor. I got the protocol. Thanks for answering. Okay, let's see. Hi, everybody. Hi. XXX back to you. Diamonds and hearts back to you. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let me just scroll. If there's any other questions. How old are you? 55. You guys, I'm telling you, if you've got the right mindset about getting older, and you're doing everything in your power to take care of yourself, to look and feel your best at every age. If you're doing all of that, getting older is it's just empowering. It's so empowering, because we don't have to compete to look like we're 20. I'm not trying to look like I'm 20. I'm trying to look like the best version of me. right? Where I have the most self-esteem, where I know that like, listen, there's not anything else I can do for my crepiness in my neck, because you know what? I'm doing it. I'm already doing it. When you have that, when you're like, okay, I'm respecting this one physical thing that was God given to me. I've got this one choice, this one chance at this, and you're doing that from every angle with what you put in your body, with how your mindset is. You're grounding, you're meditating, it's not like I do this stuff all day. This is what you guys see because it's what I'm presenting to you, but I'm grounding outside as I'm drinking my mushroom coffee. You literally just sit in the grass. I'm making sure that I'm sleeping well. I'm making sure that my skincare is effective. I'm spending 30 minutes a day on this. When you're doing those kind of things that you feel good about, getting older, I'm just so much more wise than I was when I was in my 20s or 30s or even 40s. I'm loving exactly where I am right now. Okay, how do you get fat injected into your cheeks, and is it more expensive than filler? Filler is expensive, you guys. Filler is not cheap. If you can get but you have to do your research. But if you get like a little bit of they'll take any like little tiny thing you have. Let's go through here and take a little bit of this. And instead of using filler, they do all this stuff in office now. You don't even have to be put to sleep. Go through the elbow, take a little bit of this back here, put it in your cheeks or your temples. That's what they've done. They literally, because I don't like the look of filler, literally have taken little tiny bits wherever they could and put it in. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Oh, hi, Sophia. Okay, let's see. Anything else? You need 500 IU a day. Make sure to take it with K2. Yes. I have a K2 D3 supplement that's coming out. So we're going to do a whole live on supplements, you guys, because I used to think when I was younger, and it was true when I was younger, and this is the moving target of healthy aging. This is the moving target of health coaching. I used to think when I was younger, you don't need supplements if you're eating correctly. If you're eating the colors of the rainbow, you're microdosing your meat, you know where your meat is coming from, you're getting nuts and seeds and healthy fats, you don't need supplements. But our food is not the same as it used to be, right? Everybody heard of dwarf wheat, dwarf wheat that they're making our bread out of. It makes our bread no different than sugar. You might as well be eating table sugar. So you got to understand that our food is changing. Then we have to supplement. So I'm going to do a whole live on supplements. This is a great idea. I don't see K vitamin. Yeah, if you mix a D3 with a K2, what that does is the calcium that you're consuming, whether it's from spinach or whether it's from dairy, which I don't do, but if you're consuming that calcium, the K2D3 helps to absorb that calcium and direct it into the bones instead of the arteries. Okay, because calcium deposits can happen in the arteries, it directs it into the bones. So that combination of a K2D3 can't get much better than that. And that's one of the lines that I have as well. Can you buy on Amazon? I don't know about buying supplements on Amazon. I don't think I would do that. I think you're better off. Wait till I have that live on supplements, and it's going to be a big eye opener because a lot of the products that are on the market today have fillers, have toxins, have heavy metals in supplements that are supposed to be helping us. The FDA, it's very, very, very loosely regulated. So we have to be very careful where you get your supplements. I think it's much better to go to a supplement store, a vitamin store, than to get them online, unless you're getting them from a trusted source online. Okay, so the company that I'm working with is Zymogen. They've been in business forever. And that's the same company that like Dr. Mark Hyman gets his vitamins from. That's the same company that, Huberman uses. These are like where my vitamins are being produced, or where the scientists are getting their own vitamins. So you got to be very careful on where you get your vitamins, because again, you could be doing more harm than good. Somebody said, is Obagi best to use? Dr. Obagi, not Obagi line, because he sold Obagi decades ago. The name Obagi on a product is not Dr. Zen Obagi's product anymore. It's somebody else's. His new line is Zeo Skin Health, and that's where the science has continued to grow. So somebody came and bought Obagi. There's an Obagi. You can get that on, you can search up Obagi on Amazon right now, and the Obagi products will come up. Those are not even close to the Zeo Skin Health, which he has continued to forward through, I mean, I honestly think, listen, I don't talk about Zeo Skin Health products a lot because they're super expensive, but they're the best on the market. So if you have money to burn, you want to do the aggressive anti-aging whole kit that Zeo Skin Health does, and you can find a Zeo Skin Health dermatologist in your area by going to zeoskinhealth.com and then clicking on the place where you can put in your zip code. And Dr. Obagi has traveled the world teaching people about the science of skincare. And a lot of what I've learned about skincare comes from working with Dr. Obagi. And again, I'm not a dermatologist, you guys. I'm not a cosmetologist. I am a healthy aging specialist. I am a gerontologist. I have a master's in gerontology from USC. I have a master's in psychology from Pepperdine. I'm a holistic nutrition and health coach certified. I'm a 500-hour yoga instructor. There is a lot that goes on to make me a healthy aging specialist, and that's what I do. So is EMS bad for the kidneys? No, but just remember, anytime that you're creating inflammation in the body, or you're creating things like that, everything gets filtered through your liver and your kidneys, right? So if you have kidney disorders, if you have liver issues, you want to be very careful on the supplements that you're taking. You want to be very careful on different machines around your abdomen. I did the M-Sculpt, and now this is going to be not the norm, but just to let you know what the liver actually does. I did the M-Sculpt machine on my abdomen for a YouTube video. And I did 3 sessions because I filmed the first one and they're like, okay, let's give you 2 others for free. This was 5 years ago. My liver enzymes spiked so much, and the doctor made me go, because it was just happened to be time for my blood work. The doctor made me go get an ultrasound of my liver because they were worried. And all it was the lactic acid built up from severe contraction of the abdominal muscles, because that M-Sculpt machine is like 35,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. Imagine what that's doing. We're not supposed to do 35,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes, right? So all of that stuff that was stimulated in my body gets filtered through the liver, and it spikes your liver enzymes. Okay, hold on. I don't know if you answered my question because I got lost, but shoot, hold on. Oh, I gotta have to keep scrolling down. I would like to recommend what product to get rid of pigmentation a lot on the face. I'm 33. Okay, there's a pigmentation on the face. I did a whole live on hyperpigmentation, melasma. So make sure you check that out. The way to find my lives, you guys, is when you look at my main feed, you'll see that about once a week, I would say every 5 posts on my main feed, you'll see a different kind of thumbnail, and it'll say live on it, or it'll before I started putting the live on it, it's like a green background. If you go through those, but the one on hyperpigmentation, that was before I started making them consistent. I'm holding a mask. I'm holding the red light therapy mask like this on the thumbnail. And it's like a cutout background. So I'm holding a red light therapy. Go back and look at that live, because there is so much information in that live. But it's basically, you're going to want to use like a niacinamide and a retinoid. So there's a lot of things that help with hyperpigmentation. Retinoids are one of them. Vitamin C serum in the morning. And make sure that you're doing sunscreen, because you don't want to cause more harm than good. So sunscreen, please don't talk to me about hyperpigmentation and then you're not really protecting your skin from the sun. So hyperpigmentation, you want to make sure that you're doing a C in the morning, a niacinamide at night with a retinoid. You're using a lot of sunscreen and physical barriers as well. Red light therapy helps. Get your hormones checked, because hormones really have a play in melasma and things like that. Also, there's a product called Faded, which is about equivalent. It's almost equivalent to hydroquinone, which you can only use for 4 months at a time under a doctor's care, to help lighten all the sunspots and hyperpigmentation. But Faded by Topicals, no affiliation. Faded by Topicals is the one that I found is the closest in terms of lightening spots in a topical form that's non-prescription. Okay. I don't think that that's on any link that I have anywhere, or even on my Amazon store, but it's called Faded by Topicals. Let me see if I miss anything. Getting older, might as well enjoy the ride. Yeah, well, I'm enjoying the ride. Let me see if there's anything else. The questions are coming in really quickly, so I really worry about my parents going to be 60 soon, and I see them aging so rapidly. It happens, you guys. If we're lucky, we're all going to be little old women, or little old men. This is going to happen to us. It's part of the journey, and it's like, how do you keep yourself functional? Working on your balance, working on creating muscle, right? Working on joint health and mobility. All of that stuff helps you not only live longer, but helps to prevent fractures and falls and all of that stuff. So that's what I do. I help people expand that health span, so that if your parents are 60, get them working out, get them at even physical therapy. They have a frozen shoulder, get them in physical therapy, get them to continue to move, right? Be curious about stuff, never stop learning, move, meditate, sleep, eat well, all organic. There's a lot that you can do that will prolong your Listen, you can prolong your life, and doctors will keep you alive for the last 10 years. You will not be happy. That's a lot of pain. That's a lot of in and out of doctor's offices. There's a lot that can go wrong. Or you expand your health span now and keep functioning right up till the end, and then you drop off. That's my goal. That's what I help people do. My mom doctor said she has no calcium, so I'm giving her calcium supplements from Costco. Is it okay? I would do a K2D3 on top of that, because if you're doing calcium supplements, where's that calcium going? And it's the K2D3 that in addition will help guide that calcium into the bones instead of in the arteries. Okay. They do have organic brands. Great, Denise, great. If you can find an organic brand of supplements on Amazon, you know that those are safe, because if you looked at my live that I did, was that last week? I think it was last week, that I did on food labels, you know that organic, if it has that certified organic stamp, it's had to go through a lot to get there. There's probably no heavy metals in there. It's all organic. It's not going to be full of toxins, right? But if you're going to buy online, get that organic stamp. That's a great suggestion, Denise. Okay, out of all the tools you use, which do you recommend for crepey skin? The Dr. Penn microneedling. I mean, there's a lot. Crepey skin wear. I would do, it's not microcurrent. It's not microcurrent. Microcurrent, I feel, lifts, gives a little lift, helps with the nasolabial fold. Radio frequency helps to really kind of heat up that dermis to 40 to 42 degrees Celsius, and that's when you really start seeing lifting. But for crepey skin, so you kind of want to hit it in two different ways. You want to hit it underneath, right, which I suggest is radio frequency, and you want to hit it on the top with microneedling, which is really what Morpheus 8 does, right? Morpheus 8 and Secrets RF, these are microneedling mixed with radio frequency. So, and that's really the best that they have out there in terms of in office to treat crepey skin. So if that's best that's in office, why not do the microneedling on the top, the radio frequency underneath at home, and do it consistently. So if you look at the protocol, I microneedle every single Sunday. I'm going to be microneedling tomorrow, you guys, at 11 a.m. I don't know what body part I'm going to pick, but I'm going to be doing some sort of demo. So my Sunday lives are always a demo, and those are always posted to the Instagram club. That's in the subscription. That's like when you look at my profile, you see that little subscription. It's $4.99 a month. I do have exclusive content in there, but I do microneedle or do some sort of demo every Sunday, and that live is posted to my Instagram club so they can use them as tutorials. These lives are always posted to my main feed. But God, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, on Sunday I microneedle every Sunday, and every Sunday is a different body part, so that by the time I come back around, it's about every 4 to 6 weeks that I'm microneedling each body part. Okay, sometimes I'll throw in the hands, I'll throw in various things. But when you look at the radio frequency, I'm red light therapying these 2 days because I'm healing from the microneedling. Microneedling, healing, red light. Then I go into the radio frequency, so I'm hitting it from underneath, right? Then I'm going back to the red light therapy mass, then I'm doing microcurrent, and then I'm doing radio frequency. So this kind of shows you what I do. So you don't recommend M-Sculpt. I do recommend M-Sculpt. I think I was just mostly talking about when you're doing at-home treatments, you have to be very careful that you're not causing so much inflammation in your body that it's actually working against you, which is why you never microneedle your whole body at the same time. It's too much. Then you're in a state of inflammation, which is going to cause more harm than good. So you have to be strategic in it, right? You microneedle one part, let it heal. The next week, you've got like, okay, I can call on a different part of my body to come to the rescue and produce collagen. So there's method to this madness, you guys, and it works. It works. Okay, so I do recommend M-Sculpt. Sorry, back to that question. I do recommend M-Sculpt if you're using it as a way to quickly build muscle mass, and then you're going to get your ass in the gym, right? You can't just be hooked up to a machine all the time because that's not helping your heart, right? When you're lifting weights, when you're in the gym and you're lifting weights, which essentially you're doing sit-ups when you're doing M-Sculpt, right? They have it for the bum, they have it for various body parts. I think they now have it for the biceps and triceps. When you're doing that, you have to think about what that is. What is that giving you compared to what the gym is giving you? M-Sculpt, yes, you're gonna do those contractions, build that muscle, so you're gonna be burning calories, all of that stuff. It's gonna be filtered all through the liver, all those enzymes that happen. So your liver might spike a little bit, but you're creating muscle mass, which could create muscle memory. And then you get to the gym and you make sure you're following up, because when you're in the gym, you're creating bone, you're creating bone density. You're elevating your mood, right? You're getting your heart rate up. There's so much more to getting to the gym than there is in connecting a machine to you. So if you are into that, do both, okay? Let's see. I'm 18 and I love to watch. Yay! I'm so glad. You guys, this channel is not just for us 50-year-olds, right? Because there's a time to start, and you want to start in your 20s. At 18, what I would tell you, your number one thing you can do right now in terms of skin-wise is sunscreen. Number one. Any recommendations for lip balm with SPF? I thought my lips were dark shade, but it turns out I'm hyperpigmentation. Yeah, they make a lot of lip balms with SPF. To be honest with you, Kaplan, Dr. Kaplan, what is his line name? If you Google Dr. Kaplan, he makes a really good clear lip balm that's a factor 30, but also tinted, and it's very nice. It's like a sheer tinted lip balm that is SPF and comes in like 10 different colors. I don't have any with me right now, but I do have I use an Aquaphor. Shoot, maybe I do have that one with me. Let me see. Sorry. I'm gonna dig through. Now it's like The Price is Right. I'm digging through like my thing to see if I can find. Yeah. No, this one does not have an SPF. They do make an Aquaphor like this that has an SPF 30. Okay. Well, I already answered the M-Sculpt. Okay, wait, I'm gonna scroll down. You guys, I'm gonna scroll down so I can start seeing the questions. I'm gonna pass by a lot of questions, you guys, so I apologize. If I didn't answer the question, ask it again, because I'm gonna try to like get these done more quickly so I don't have to scroll. So if you asked a question, you want it, let me see what's in this little question box. I'm 32 and I feel my face is falling. I answered that, Maria, yeah. I should have put that up in the beginning, but okay, so just so you guys know, tomorrow at 11, I'm going to be traveling back home tonight. My dad turned 80. And if you guys have been with me for a while, oh my God, it's going to make me cry. My dad, oh, here's my dad. That's me and my dad in Africa. I took him to Africa. My dad raised me. So when my parents got divorced and I was in 8th grade, we lived on a farm, and I moved in with my dad in town, and my dad took me in, a 15-year-old, and I lived with my dad all through high school, and 2 years of Merced JC before I left. So he's 80, and he is a rock in my life. I am very much a daddy's girl. He is my biggest cheerleader, and was the one who said, "Get out of this town." He's the one that said that. I said, I think I'm going to move to LA. I don't know. I just don't feel like this is me. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be on a farm. I feel like I'm born into the wrong family. I said all this, and I think I'm going to move to LA. And my dad said, thank God. I always thought that you should get out of this place and do something different. And my dad was always there pushing me forward. So, okay. Let me just get to these questions. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. I'm 63. I was just diagnosed with melanoma. What are the best things? Supplements for my skin. I did the damage in my teens. I'm hoping they're cutting the shit out of that, right? Don't worry about the scars. Get it out, because that's deadly. Don't worry about the scars. We can address the scars later. Get it out of you, okay? And then you really have to. You want the UPF. All of that kind of clothing. You don't want to be in the sun at all. I would completely revamp your diet, because cancer of any kind likes sugar. So, anybody you go in for cancer treatment, they say, don't change your diet, eat a bunch of sugar, eat a bunch of sugar. It's wrong. It's wrong, you guys. The human body doesn't work that way. So if you have ever had any sort of cancer, that is the time that you need to really look at your diet, take all your sugar out, all organic, plant-based. That's what you need to do, and cover everything up and get them to cut every single cell out. And then you can DM me. We'll work on the scars later. Okay? I wish you well. I wish you everything. I wish you everything. My cousin just had on his whole back, a giant section just cut out, and 2 more down below. If you guys have any sort of weird tingling, itching thing around any part of your skin, especially on things that have high sun exposure, and a dermatologist says that doesn't look like anything, say cut it out anyways. Let's look at it under a microscope and make sure. Because when you've ever had a basal cell, or you've ever had any sort of cancer in your skin, I had one thing taken off my back, it feels different. You have to be your own advocate, right? Somebody can't just look at it and say everything looks good. If you have a feeling, have them take a little tiny cutout, put it under a microscope, and then they can start cutting get that shit out of your skin, okay? And for those 18 and 20-year-olds, you just learned a lesson, because that happened in her youth. It's years of having that sun exposure, right? It increases your chances. Okay. Yearly skin checks and biopsies are key. That's a much more eloquent way of saying it than I did, which was cut the shit out. That was much more eloquent. So I thank you for that. But okay, let's see. Doctors do not listen. They fight you. So you have to stop. So I stopped going to see them anymore. I don't stop going to see them. I demand better of them. of them. And in demanding better of them, I hope that translates to another patient. Right? Okay. Let's see. Anything else? There's I want to kind of try to get off a little bit early, but if I haven't answered your question, you guys throw it on here now. Because now I've kind of caught up with the scroll, And so I can kind of see them going in and going across. Thanks for the follow, Amir. Thank you. You guys, for those of you who are just joining, I'm going to wrap up here in like 5 minutes or so. So if you have any questions about anything, now's the time to ask. And the reason why I'm going to do these every once in a while is because some people can't afford $4.99 a month. And why I want to answer as many questions as I can. But if you guys saw my DMs, you'd realize that it's impossible for me. Oh, shoot. Okay, let me see. What was this one? Of all the anti-aging devices, what would you say? It just keeps going up, so I'm trying. Oh shit, about the New Face Trinity. I'm not a big fan of the New Face, and you guys listen, if you have it, don't throw it away because it's still microcurrent. So I would use it until it breaks, and then when it breaks, get something better. The New Face uses a press and hold technique with a 2-lobe system. It's not the best device. You kind of want to like either the Medicube, which has a little bit bigger like spread in the roller. You can really get in there and do more of a pinch and hold. I personally like the BioLift Mini because it's a 2-probe system, so you can really manipulate the face. Why don't you drink coffee? I drink a mushroom coffee. There is coffee in this, but green tea and all kinds of teas like that, green tea, white tea, matcha tea, those are the ones that expand your health span, and those are the ones that I must drink a thermos, a hydro flask this big, at least one of them every morning. So I'm talking 3 cups of green tea, maybe up to 6 cups of green tea in the morning, work out, and then I do a mushroom coffee. And the reason is because there's so many powerful ingredients with mushrooms that help with brain health. Alzheimer's runs in my family. My mother has Alzheimer's. She was just diagnosed a year and a half ago. And my uncle on my dad's side passed away from Alzheimer's. So that's when I really started looking at my health when I was younger, but treating loose skin after pregnancy. Okay, I'm going to get to that one. You want to treat loose skin after pregnancy? First of all, you know that spread that happens in your muscles? M-Sculpt is great for that. Post-pregnancy, to get those muscles to go back together, and then you can radio frequency on that. I lost my train of thought there. Hey, how to stop aging. You don't ever stop aging. I'm 30 years old and I'm suffering from this. There's no suffering from aging, you guys. It's part of the normal process. And if you can wrap your head around that and find the gratitude in where you are, because not everybody gets to make it to your age. Not everybody gets to make it to your age. It is a privilege to be able to grow old. And that's okay. And if we wrap our heads around that and make sure that we're putting our best skin forward, we're putting our best self forward, we're respecting what we are given, right? iNuvis, I have not tried that yet. I have a whole list of stuff that I'm going to try, but the Nira laser is one that I'm going to be testing around the eyes. But I want to get back to that whole thing. You're not suffering from aging. You might be there might be a disconnect with how you feel on the inside and what you see in the mirror. And I think if you are continually doing things, not continually, but you're respecting your body and you're respecting the process, and you're doing what you can to be as healthy as possible, it shows in your skin. When you change your diet, it shows in your skin. When you give up alcohol, it shows in your skin. When you exercise, it shows in your skin. When you're sleeping, it shows in your skin. All of that helps, okay? And then there's the whole psychology around aging, right? How do we come to grips with the fact that we're all mortals? We're no longer going to be here. You take advantage of that time that you have, right? You really use your time wisely, because it's not great when you drink alcohol and you lose a day the next day. The last time I lost a day from drinking alcohol the night before, and I don't mean like throwing up or anything like that, but I'm not 100% myself. I'm not at my 100%. The last time I was not at my 100%, I'm like, why would I want to ever do that? Life is short. be at your 100% every day. And if that means you're spending 30 minutes a day on your skin and you're in the gym, prioritize it. You can fit it in. Best moisturizer, it really depends on your skin type. If you're super, super dry, you know, you guys are not going to like this answer. I learned a lot from Dr. Obagi, and one of the things he taught me is that if you over moisturize on the outside, it creates lazy skin cells. It changed the way that I thought about skincare. All of the best anti-aging devices and skincare on the market have been made to address acne, not devices, but skincare, retinoids, tretinoin. All of those things have been made to address acne and dry the skin out. When we dry the skin out and create this cell turnover, what happens is the moisture from underneath starts coming out. If we're piling on a bunch of moisture without active ingredients, we're just piling on a bunch of moisture because we feel dry. What happens is it signals those lower skin cells, oh, we've already got moisture on the top. No need to create moisture underneath. We'll just be lazy here. And it does not help with cell turnover. So if you're going to do a moisturizer on the top, and I like CeraVe PM at night, I like CeraVe AM in the morning because they're affordable. The AM is a factor 30. It has niacinamide. It's got ceramides. It's everything that I need in terms of helping to lighten the area plus protecting the skin. And the PM I like because it's simple, it's clean, it's no fragrance, it has niacinamide as well. So it has active ingredients and it's not caking so much that it's making my skin cells lazy. I hope that helped answer the question. Okay, you guys, I have like 2 minutes. I'm not even gonna try to scroll, but I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. And I might try to do multiple things at the same time because I didn't get to do my microcurrent today because I was traveling. So I might do a little microcurrent, I might do a little radio frequency, and I might talk about a little bit of maybe I'll microneedle my head, my scalp, right? Because it does help with hair growth. If you guys missed that live I did on hair loss, yes, please watch that. Red eye permanent veins. Okay, you have a thinning of the skin down here. So go and look at that live that I did on younger looking eyes. It's called Younger Looking Eyes. If you've got a thinning of the skin here, you'll see the anatomy underneath, which is the blue, the little blue and red underneath. Okay, so not all dark circles are from changing of the skin. It's from thinning of the skin and seeing the anatomy underneath. Microneedling is a great thing to do for that area. To kind of thicken that skin up. So I hope that helps, but go back and look at that live. Okay, not the skin, but inside the eye. Are you talking about the waterline or the actual eye skin? You take microneedles from, I don't know what that means. I do a Dr. Penn M8 because I've used that device for a long time, and it's disposable needles. So every time you do a treatment, you're starting with a fresh, sterile pack of needles. Thanks for the follow, you guys. Thank you. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. I gotta get off of here pretty soon. You look more like a porn actress. Interesting. Not what I'm going for, but interesting. Hopefully I'm the longest living, healthiest porn actress out there. I don't know. I don't really get that comment, but okay. I think she means the actual eyeball. Oh, so you're talking about how the eyeball itself, you'll get like a darkening of the eyeball. You know, I don't know. You can use drops. Let me look into that because I know that there's a lot of lasers and stuff that they can do to actually lighten the whites of the eyes. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea, but let me look into that. I do like the eye drop that I'm using. Shoot, I don't have it with me. It's a purple, maybe one of you guys know. It's like a purple Voluma. It'll come to me after I get off of this. Anyways, there are drops that you can use, but let me look into eye health. There is I think it was Mrs. California has an eye, she does an eye device or something like that. I was gonna have her on a live, but I'll look into that. Thanks for the suggestion. I'll get back to you on that. Okay, you guys. I have got to go. If you want the skincare protocol, you just DM me skincare protocol. I'm going to get to it probably later tonight on my drive home. If you want the microneedling protocol, DM me microneedling protocol. If you want to book a one-on-one, it's in my linked tree, so make sure that you check that out. And that's it. Okay, you guys, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow at 11, where I'll do a bunch of demos. Okay.